So we're going to start with commitment, and commitment being the handcuff. The other part to decision making. Decision making was the mental part of it. Your thoughts, your ideas, your plan to put everything in motion. The motion was committing. When you thinking about getting your body in shape, you think about it first. You get inspired first. See, we want to inspire and motivate. We're not trying to do nothing besides that. If you're not inspired and motivated when I'm done, I apologize. But that's what I'm here for. Get committed to do whatever you desire to do. They say 96 to 95% of the people die with less than $1,000 in their bank account. And at the funerals, they hear the preachers talking about all of the dreams that they didn't fulfill. He wanted to do this or she wanted to do that, but she couldn't do it because of this tragedy. She should have been living. Take a person that says they only have a year left and they're going to commit to living. That's crazy. Why we can't just live? Why we need something to be under our butt before we start living?
So, like he said, the decision, that's the mental part of success. The commitment is the physical part of success, because this is when you're putting it in action. This is, all right, you made the decision to go down this road. Now start going down that road. You committed to going down this road. So every step that you take, every action that you make should be in betterment of that goal. Now, anything that sidetrack you, we're not discussing family or personal tragedies, things like that. Anything that sidetrack you along that path, it needs to be gone. It needs to be on the side of the road. You see it in passing as you go. Back to environment as our looking glass. What happened in your environment, once you're in your commitment stage, the environment, you see it, but then you should start seeing it in your rear view, because it's going behind you, because you're continuing to move forward with your commitment. And commitment is probably the hardest part in this 3-step process. Commitment is the hardest part, because commitment takes constant action, constant mental discipline. Mental discipline to continue to do it, because you're going to be faced with so much adversity. You're going to be faced with so many setbacks. You're going to be faced with so many people in your own circle telling you can't do it, or telling you why that might not be a good look, because they want to keep you in the box that they're comfortable seeing you in. Because if you notice, whenever you come up with ideas, sometimes it's the people that's right next to you that'll be like, I don't know if that'll work, or I don't know if that's a good idea. Bypass that. Ignore the comments. Ignore the looks. Ignore the silence when you start talking and everybody just silent like, what is they talking about? Because you know your goal and you stand committed to it. So follow that path. This is the hardest part. A lot of y'all already in y'all mind, y'all know what y'all want to do. Y'all already know what you love. You know what makes you happy. But staying committed to that goal, how many of us are at jobs that we don't want to be at? But we're there every day, which is fine, because if you're still working towards your goal, like, all right, this is just a pit stop. My end game is here. So you can't go to work every day at a job you hate. That goes back to a venter versus a complainer. Matter of fact, it's not even going back to it, because I've never talked about it before. A venting is, it took me a long time myself to realize that, because I was raised that men don't complain. But venting is healthy. Venting is not keeping something bottled up. When you're mad about something, you want to get it out. You're passionate about something, you want to get it out. That's venting. Complaining is every day saying, oh, this going on, this going on, this going on. Complaining about the same thing every day, but with no action to say, all right, when is this going to stop being a problem? How is this a problem, a continuous problem, 2-3 months, 2-3 years? The same problem with no action behind how you're going to solve this problem. That's the commitment stage. You looking at your goal, and everything in between is minuscule, small. So you just passing it. And that's the focus of the commitment stage. It's the hardest stage, and I'm saying it's the hardest stage. I know it's the hardest stage, because it faces the most adversity because there's so many things to sidetrack you and take you off goal.
So in the commitment, as I said, is the handcuff to the decision making. Deciding is the mental. The commitment is putting the body in action to commit to what you have drawn up in your mind that you desire. So go get it. Take action. It's the physical part. You see, we work backwards. We think the body is supposed to go and bring us the object that we want in our mind, and that's how it works. But we make the body work harder instead of working with the mind, drawing a plan out. We following the follower instead of creating. We rather compete with everyone else instead of creating our own little lane, which has already been here. They say that all the knowledge that there ever was or ever will be is 100% evenly present in all places at the same time. I'm going to tell you why I feel that that's true, because of something called the Akashic Records. And if you have an iPhone, you're aware of an iCloud. And I'm going to leave it with that.
The Akashic Records is something that, that's something we probably not going to get into. We need a whole episode to get into that. So that's something that if you want to look it up on your own, you can look it up. But when we talk about words in the commitment stage, sometimes people wonder why things don't bother me or why I don't get upset about certain things. But this is two reasons why. I don't get offended by anything. The reason why I don't get offended by anything, in order for me to be offended by what you say, I gotta care about your words. And when it comes to me and my mental health, nobody's words don't when we go back to kids, what your parents say, sticks and stones may break bones, but words will never hurt you. That's stuck with me. There's certain words you can say to me that just because of the disrespect of the word, I've reacted to it out of disrespect, but it wasn't out of anger, because words don't penetrate to me. Nobody's thoughts, as far as their thoughts on my life, is relevant to my commitment stage. And if it's not, it's obsolete. And we're going to end it right there in the commitment stage. Don't let nobody take you off course. Don't let nobody take you off track. And that's it. We out.